Hey, skill seekers. Wow, now let's dive into this conversation where we all know that when you're learning a new skill, you want to acquire a new skill, how difficult it is when you have other businesses going on. Can anyone relate? Yes, I personally can relate to that. Now, I'm here juggling with this effort of trying to learn new skills, especially the skills of using your computer and navigating all through that. And how difficult it is when you don't have those necessary computer skills that you require. You haven't done packages, I hear people calling them packages. I've never done that before, but now you're just learning, and it's something you have to do and make sure you are in place to do it very nice. So for now, I'm now learning this app of OBS. You have to learn a studio, and I hear it is usually used to record podcast and something, and most people or used on television to do a lot of things. I have no idea, so I have to make sure I have to put all my effort in it and learn something that has a deadline on it. Skill seekers, can you hear that? But it becomes interesting because the moment you learn a new skill and you acquire it, and I am in the profession of teaching, everything has changed right now. Everything requires computer skills. You need to teach through online LMS, create apps, and make learning easier, especially when you have a lot of students and you don't have classes where they can learn physically, or you have other things you have to do, like other programs you have to run and they have to run concurrently, and you can't be in two places at the same time. So sometimes you need to work on the computer. You need to create maybe a lesson. You have to record yourself, make your students listen to it, or you have to create an online session where you interact with them, or even create some lessons that they'll come later and listen to them. Because when you are having an interaction online, you just won't expect, I am now the teacher, I have to create a lesson and everyone will be there promptly. No, you have to ensure you talk to them, and then when you let them know, some of them will tell you, Madam, could you now record the lesson and send it to us later so that we can listen, because everyone is engaged, everyone is doing a lot of things. So when you are learning and you want to make something easier in this 21st century of computers and internet and everything, you really have to put the best foot forward in learning that skill. You have to ensure that anything that comes your way, you put something aside in order to learn a new skill. You have to make the effort to make a progress. You have to make sure all your head is in it. You are concentrating. You have all the time, and you have to make these milestones that will make you now efficient in this specific skill. So the learning of new skills, the acquiring of self-development. When you're learning a new skill, you are developing yourself. So there's self-development right now. For now, or for me, I'm trying to learn new computer skills of how to navigate the computer and make sure that everything is simple for me and also for my students, so that they can learn easily and everywhere wherever they are. And right now, while I'm engaged as a teacher, wherever I am, we are still in session. So our session is still continuing. And at the same time, I am a student. So I can't be in two places at the same time because they are places far apart. I can't say I'll run to class and teach and then come back in this institution and attend a lesson. No, there's one thing I have to do. Since our session where I teach is coming to an end, and most of the face-to-face classes, we've really covered them. We've done a lot of practicals we've done with them. Now, to remind ourselves and to keep the class going, and the students, make sure the students revise and do all the assignments that are required in completion of the unit, I have to make sure I create an online class where we interact online. We know the progress, we ask the procedure or where they're stuck, and make sure that everything is going on swiftly. On the other hand, as a student, I have to ensure that all my assignments I have submitted, example, these OBS that have been introduced to me, I have to make sure I've developed or recorded a podcast. So I develop this podcast. I ensure that I've done the necessary, or like posting it to YouTube, copying that link and posting it to my e-portfolio, and then forwarding the e-portfolio to the concerned or the lecturer who is now in the session, who is teaching us during this session. And it is really interesting learning a new skill. You feel like a new person because you have developed something that you never thought will happen. Right now, let me tell you, I'm able to do a lot of things on this computer, especially because of the unit I learned, the Fab unit. I've learned to make e-portfolios. I've learned to create a module where I add a unit and a course. And there's another thing that now I'm learning, the OBS studio, and I know there are a lot, and maybe due to the level where I'm learning, I am able to do only those, but they've really exposed me. When you have one skill, it doesn't mean that you're now just tied to that one skill. You can apply the skills and learn a lot of things. And right now we have YouTube where you can go and know other skills that you can learn to develop yourself. The world is now making everything easy, and you can now access it and learn and develop yourself. You feel like you are new, the feeling is just amazing. And I am loving the learning processes, and you have to put in the effort. No laziness, no saying that I'll have someone do it for me or something. No, just learn yourself. And I'm proud of myself of how I've created this podcast. I just had to learn from the video we had been shared to by our lecturer, so I had to go step to step, and I got to this place where I have to record the video. So I know I really don't know much about the OBS, but since I have it now on my laptop, I'll be able to look at it and navigate it and know all the key things that I can use it. So I'm happy. It is a nice experience. And skill seekers, if you know of anything, if you know of any apps, you can write them in the comments under this video so that I can go and at least learn something new. Let's share what we know so that other people can develop themselves, and we can learn, because the world is actually spinning and moving very fast. There are a lot of things that are introduced. When you're trying to learn this, there is another thing. So for you to learn something and keep up with the pace, and you want to develop yourself, you have to really put in the effort, focus to see the progress, and make something that you are proud of yourself. I'm proud of myself. I've known OBS Studio, I've known ScreenPads, I've known a lot of apps that I never knew I could come in contact with. Especially, I didn't do computer skills. I didn't learn any computer skills, where I hear people as after in my country, after someone has done their Form 4, you hear them saying, I'll go and learn computer packages. I didn't have that privilege. I think it's because where I came from, it was interior and we really didn't know this. But the advancement in education and all that has really exposed me, and I'm really grateful. And it is a continuous process to learn. We have to learn daily and every day to improve our skills. I really appreciate, thank you for skill seekers for listening to my podcast. I'm happy, and let me come back with another recording about another thing next time. Thank you. Bye.